Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Siobhan. Hi, Mary Jo. Siobhan, where are you? You're in Buffalo? Okay.
I
Mary Jo,
think I see Dan. I
Dan
haven't
is
seen Dan in
here.
a long,
Dan is
although
here.
I just came from the eye doctor for my annual exam, so I can hardly see anything because my eyes are all dilated.
Oh, we have a nice group of folks here. This is fantastic. Thank you all for being here. So this is going to be highly interactive. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. I guarantee it's going to lift up your day. We're going to have a blast. So
Hello, Cheryl. Cheryl's another 559 student, Raj.
hi, Cheryl. Thanks for being here.
Now there's a Kathy Harris. Cheryl, is she related? No? Okay.
All right.
Not related.
Well, Judy
Fantastic.
Firestien is related. We can
Certainly is related.
pretty
maybe
well
maybe
assume
she'll
that.
turn her camera on so I can say hi to her and mom.
Hello,
So,
Lindsay. Uh-oh. Evil Joe Fox is in the house.
all right, fantastic. Joe Fox is in the house. Great to see you, Joseph. Oh my goodness, Eric T. Eustace, my goodness. Hello, friends. Wow, this is fantastic. All right, we're going to take another 30 seconds and then we're going to start. I want to honor your time. And fantastic. And you're all able to see the opening slide that says, don't botch your next brainstorming session, right? Thumbs up for that. Can you see it?
No,
Am I not sharing? Ha ha!
Not sharing.
I'm not sharing yet. I'm going to share now. Here we go. Okay. How about now?
There we go.
All right, that's better. Okay. All right. So let us begin. All right. So I'd like to welcome you here to, and are we recording there, David?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. So just welcome to Don't Botch Your Next Brainstorming Session. David, I want to just, can you take me off of the spotlight, David, please?
Sure.
Thank you. I just want to see all these wonderful smiling faces. That's much better. Okay, good. Because the spotlight is up here on the slide. So this is called Don't Botch Your Next Brainstorming Session. It's based on my 6th book, Creating a Flash. And so we are going to begin. So I want to thank our producer, Dr. William David Yates, for the producer of the webinar, makes this happen. Sam Insalaco, my amazing SEO person that makes sure everything works great on the website, as a great help here. So thank you for that. So we're recording this, and please put your cameras on if you're comfortable. I really appreciate that. I want to see all your smiling faces. If you just mute your microphones for now, because in a little bit, I'm going to ask you to unmute your microphones, unmute your microphones, and we're going to generate some ideas, and it's going to get kind of crazy. We're going to be using the chat, and if you're comfortable, we'll also be using Mural. Some of you have used Mural before. We'll give you a link to do that to jump into Mural. And as you can see, the small print there, we haven't tried this before. But if you want to get creative, you have to try some new stuff. And so that's what we're after. So Zoom has made a change. Dr. Yates pointed this out to me just yesterday. If you're attempting to move your screen while I'm sharing, don't click on meetings. And you can see in the upper left-hand corner of your Zoom there, the share is going to disappear. So you don't want to do that. All right. So, all right. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your day today, your busy day. I'm going to make this worth your time. This webinar is going to last about 45 minutes. So shake off with whatever you came in with, get into the moment, and let's have a little music. And this is from my music room right down below my couch with my friend Bobby LaBelle playing a wonderful tune, Classical Gas. It's about 90 seconds. So let's get started with that. The way to sound, the way to sound good is to play with a good musician. So, my dear friend Bobby LaBelle. So here's our agenda: a little bit of music to get started with, kind of get us into the mood. We're going to talk about the value of practice for being creative. We're going to take a look at a little video called Botched Brainstorming Session. Here's the #1 reason why, which is going to set us up for the rest of the webinar. We're going to warm up to be creative. We all get to play on this. We're going to solve a real problem, so you're going to experience a mini breakthrough lab with a real client that we have here. We'll give you some pointers as far as do's and don'ts of warm-ups. So if you want to use this back in your organization, back with your groups, what to do for good warm-ups, what warm-ups work, which warm-ups don't. I'll give you a list of warm-ups that you can use. We're going to take a look at a little 4-minute video on the breakthrough lab. You're actually experiencing a mini breakthrough lab today. And then we're going to show you how to get your free book, questions and comments and reactions. All right. So the single most important thing that you can do to run a successful brainstorming session is one thing, and that one thing is practice. And the way we practice is we do a warm-up activity first, all right? Just as athletes warm up for physical activity, we warm up for mental activity as well. And so a warm-up, the purpose of a warm-up is just to practice generating ideas or creative questions or potential action steps, because generation just doesn't come with ideas. It comes with creative questions and actions as well. To sanction the time for speculation. And what I mean by sanctioning the time for speculation is we're carving out a time right now that all we're going to do is we're going to speculate. We're going to try out some new ideas. We're not going to judge here. We're just going to play, right? And to create a judgment-free zone. So first, for a short period of time, this is a judgment-free zone. We're not going to judge any ideas. As my military folks say, we're going to train first before going on the mission. And as my friend Bobby LaBelle would say, as we're playing music, to practice before we perform. All right. So I'm going to show you an 8-minute video, and this is part of the 9-part series on innovation that I recently produced for the Open Sesame e-learning platform. The video is called Botched Brainstorming Session. Here's the #1 reason why. I'd like you to watch for 3 things. Watch for the warm-up exercise, look for the wild and unusual ideas, and see a silly picture, a silly scene of me by my bicycle. All right, so, but the main 2 things are the warm-up exercises and watch for the wild and unusual ideas. And here we go. Sound? Thank you.
I always thought that creativity was something that you had to be born with. I did not realize that it was a skill that you could actually build and become better at with practice.
Do you dread brainstorming sessions? When someone says, let's break out the sticky notes and markers, are you running for the nearest exit? If so, it's probably because you haven't been in a real brainstorming session. In this lesson, we're going to look at the most important thing to do to make your brainstorming sessions produce incredible results. That one thing is practice. But first, I'd like you to consider this analogy. The following are the directions for riding a bicycle. 1. Grab the handlebars of the bicycle with both hands. 2. Place your right leg over the top of the bicycle. 3. Place your right foot on the pedal on the right side of the bicycle. 4. Make sure the pedal is close to its highest point in the rotation. 5. Straddle the seat on the bicycle while keeping your left foot on the ground for stability. 6. Push up on your left foot while pushing down on the right pedal with your right foot. 7. Sit down on the seat as the bicycle stabilizes in a vertical position. 8. Continue pushing down on the right pedal. 9. As the left pedal rises, push down on the left pedal with your left foot. 10. Continue to hold on to the handlebars. 11. Repeat as you are moving the bicycle forward. Do you honestly think you could learn to ride a bicycle by reading those directions? That's what many people think they can do with their team when it comes to being creative. Just read the brainstorming directions and voila! All of a sudden the team produces a torrent of creative ideas. That's just ridiculous! Let's take a look at the directions for brainstorming ideas. 1. Defer judgment. 2. Strive for quantity. 3. Seek wild and unusual ideas. And 4. Build on other ideas. Unfortunately, most of the time teams don't follow these directions. That is, if they even know that brainstorming has directions. Many brainstorming sessions are mislabeled, and they're actually discussions, or even worse, venting sessions. But following the directions isn't enough. You also need to practice. The best way to practice getting creative is to do a short warm-up activity. Just as athletes need to stretch before a physical workout, participants in an idea-generating session need to stretch their idea-generating muscles before getting to work on the main issue. The purpose of a warm-up is to, 1, briefly train the group in the method they'll be using to generate ideas when they're solving the real problem, 2, to sanction the time for speculation, and 3, to create a judgment-free zone. Let's go to the group. So we're going to do a little warm-up exercise before we tackle Tamara's problem. And we're going to use brainstorming with Post-its. So have your Post-its there. So when you have an idea, write it, say it out loud, and hand it up to me. We're going to use the guidelines for generating ideas, which is to defer judgment, strive for quantity, seek wild and unusual ideas, and combine and build on other ideas. If you find yourself slowing down, there's some pictures there on the table. Take a look at those pictures. Use those to help you to create some forced connections and come up with some new ideas. We're going to set a quota of about 25 ideas, and we're going to take 5 minutes to do that. So, and here's the situation. So, let me just set the timer here. Okay. So, I live outside of the city a little bit, and I've got a yard, and there's a stream there and stuff. And oftentimes there's like wildlife that shows up like there. So there's a skunk back there, and there was like 4 or 5 deer there the other day. And one time there's this big blue thing in the back, this big wild turkey and stuff. But this is a really unusual thing that happened last night. I got up to go to the bathroom, and I walked down to the bathroom, and the bathroom door was closed. And I usually leave the bathroom door open. And there was something in the bathroom, and it sounded like there was something really big in the bathroom. And so when I opened the bathroom door, I found this guy, and he was in my tub, all right? And so here's the problem I'd like you to work on. In the next 5 minutes, I'd like you to generate at least 25 ideas for solving the problem of what might be all the ways to get a hippopotamus out of a bathtub. So write them, say them, hand them up, and here we go.
Feed it.
Great, thank you.
Cream.
Thank you.
Put on Oprah.
Beautiful.
Find him a girlfriend.
All right, beautiful. Keep it going.
Offer a treat.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Doing great. Good. What ideas for getting a hippopotamus out of a bathtub might you get from this clock?
Bring in crying children.
Thank you. Good.
Sprayed too much air freshener.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Flood the bathroom.
Beautiful. So you folks came up with about 70 ideas in 5 minutes, all right? Now, that's what a warm-up looks like. Don't expect that when you start this on your own, because this is a highly trained group. But, oh, and by the way, I really didn't have a hippopotamus in my bathtub. I made that up. And that's what a warm-up activity looks like. Let's recap what happened here. The group used a facilitator to manage the process. That was me. The group had a well-defined creative question to work on. What might be all the ways to get a hippopotamus out of a bathtub? The group followed the guidelines for brainstorming. When the group slowed down, I showed them a picture to help create some new connections to get the ideas flowing again. I've done warm-up exercises like this with university professors, corporate presidents, generals in the armed forces, and even heads of large U.S. government agencies. Most warm-up exercises are admittedly silly, like the hippo in the bathtub. They're designed that way on purpose. Many of the ideas suggested will be absurd or impractical. That's intentional. It's absolutely imperative that you do a short warm-up exercise before attempting to generate ideas on that serious problem. Don't let the silly factor deter you. In my 40-year career, I neglected to do a warm-up exercise twice, because I thought the group was already warmed up, or because I didn't think I had enough time. In each case, the group stalled and I had to go back and do a warm-up. The process just doesn't work without it.
The whole mindset changes. It just clicked, and it's so much fun.
and you're working with all these high-powered people, and it just, the whole thing, just the energy just gets flowing, and the juices gets flowing, and you just think about what I should do.
Doing a warm-up exercise is the single most important thing you need to do to run a successful brainstorming session. Or, quite simply, if you don't do this one thing, your brainstorming sessions are doomed. So please, always warm up.
These were skills that I could build, and I felt that this was something that even young children should learn from a very early age, and it's something that should kind of continue through adulthood, because it would just change everything about how people interact with each other.
Remember, to get ahead of the herd, get creative. All right, and that's just part of our 9-part series on innovation that you get on the Open Sesame e-learning platform. So hey, we're going to do a warm-up exercise, okay? And this is going to get wild, all right? Because we're all going to play on this. So let me give you a little pointer here first. This is how to phrase an idea. And ideas start with a verb. So here's an example. So here's a creative question. How to raise the money for the project. Someone might say travel budget. Well, not that, but this. Cut the travel budget by 20%. It's an idea there. Right? How about this? How to raise the money for the project. Spending. Not that, but this. Reduce spending. Or this one. How to raise the money for the project. Burrito. Not that, but this. How to eat one less burrito supreme for lunch. Right? So you're putting a verb in front of it, all right? So that's the way that it's going to be set up. Put a verb in front of it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the chat, and we're going to use Miro. Like I said, we've never done this before, okay? And so we'd like you to write your idea in Miro or in the chat, and then say it. So you're going to write it and say it. So Dr. Yates has just put the link in for Miro, all right? So let me just see here. So just a few pointers here, then we'll go to it. If you get stuck, look at the pictures in Miro. Look around the room you're in, look out the window, look at your desk, make connections just like in the video. Here's the guidelines that we're going to follow. Defer judgment, no criticism. I want you to go for about 25 ideas, and I have a timer here. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do that. So when the timer rings, we're going to stop, okay? I think we'll get more than 25 ideas. Seek wild and unusual ideas. Dr. Yates has some pictures in the Miro, so whether you're in Miro or in chat, you can take a look at those pictures. Combine and build on other ideas. Look at the ideas in the chat or in the Miro and build on them. So, and once again, when I turn this over to Dr. Yates, you can just jump onto the Miro link, and you can also use the chat. We'll be watching them both. Right? So you're going to write it and you're going to say it. Okay. You're going to talk over each other. That's fine. Just make sure it gets written there. That's going to create some energy. Now, the group in the video generated 70 ideas in 5 minutes, and you've seen how it's done. So let's see if we can beat this group. So go ahead, open your chat window now. If you've used Miro before, click on the link, join as a visitor. If you've not used Miro before, please use the chat. And so just go ahead and try that now. And if you're in Miro, go ahead. And so, all righty. And so let me set it up here, and then I'm going to share. Then I'm going to go over and have David share his screen with me. So is everybody good to go? At least in the chat. Okay, so let's give it a shot. Okay, so here's the question to work on. All right. So I have a challenge for you. You made a mistake in a recent Amazon order, and 10,000 of these items were delivered to you, and you cannot return them. And so we need to find a use for them. So the warm up your creative question is, what might be all the ways to use 10,000 boom boxes? What might be all the ways to use 10,000 boom boxes? Write it, say it, over to Dr. Yates, and here we go. I'm going to stop my share now. And
We're good, Raj.
you got it? Great.
Got
Thanks,
it.
Dave.
Build a tiny house.
Create a tower and tune them all to a different station.
Give them as an incentive for a fundraiser.
Have a block party and give away as prizes.
Really annoy my neighbors.
Share a community event.
Make them boats. Build a house out of boom boxes.
Have
Create
a
a-
rave.
Create a boombox maze.
Sell them on eBay.
Make a dress.
Promotion at the Bison's game.
Have a great music festival.
Create a maze.
Contest, have a contest.
Sell them all.
Oh, cool.
DJ
Build a
battle.
beehive.
Super Bowl halftime show.
Move to the beach in California.
Donate them to inner city schools.
Create an MC Hammer army.
Start a recycling drive for old electronics.
We can
Make a video of it and share it with people and be famous.
into a jigsaw. Let's see here.
Have a parade.
I love Brett's idea.
Top dictator.
Lisa's got something going there.
Doing great, guys. Keep going. Keep going.
Build a demo.
Try to listen your favorite music.
How might we use them as kettlebells?
Make an obstacle course.
Just an idea. Just toss out the ideas. Doing great.
Replace Taylor Swift.
Wind chime.
Use
Give
them
them to
as
zoo
artifacts.
animals and zoo exhibits.
There you go.
Hang them by their cords.
Create wall-to-wall sound at the festival.
Tune to a station your neighbor hates to annoy them.
By cords.
Doing great, guys. Fantastic.
Use it as an alarm to walk the people in the house as a surprise.
Shannon's brilliant. Look at all these. Look at all
Oh my
these.
gosh, this is incredible. This is
Strip them of all their wiring and sell it.
Build an obstacle course.
Build a Tower of Babel.
Sponsor 10,000 dance parties.
Streak through the neighborhood with a boombox.
Doing Guinness World of most boomboxes playing at once.
8
tree houses.
Give people in Iowa something to do.
Okay, guys, you keep going. We're gonna take only 38 seconds. You're cooking here.
Create a parade.
Dance
Make
off.
it into a backpack for dogs to wear.
Build a bridge over a flooded area.
Beat my neighbor with the Trump flag.
Practice packaging.
Okay, we're gonna stop with that. That's 3 minutes, okay? You guys did it. You far exceeded, you far exceeded the 25 ideas. David, I'm gonna go back to share my screen. While I'm doing sharing my screen, Dr. Yates is going to count these up. All right, so have fun, David. So there we go. And so great work, great energy, great work on this. So let's do a little quick debrief on this. So if you would, in the chat, and you can mute your microphones now if you would, what did you notice about judgment? So just give me a few things in the chat. What did you notice about judgment? What did you notice about judgment? So just a few things that you noticed. Just put those in the chat, please. Observed. Uh-huh. Yep. Good. Good. Other things you noticed about judgment? Right. Praise is also judgment. Deferred. No time for judgment during ideas. Uninhibited. Nothing said anything negative. Found it all delightful. Didn't notice any judgment. Beautiful. Okay, good. So let's take a look at the next one. What did you notice about building on other ideas? Did you see the building on? Fiona is fantastic. Yeah. What did you notice about building on ideas?
One idea sparks another one.
Yep, didn't have time to build. Yeah, it was moving fast. Was focused on your own hitchhike wild and crazy. Floats, triggered new ideas, building off of other ideas. Yeah, okay, okay. Hard to think and listen and write. We have another tool for that too. So similar themes. Yeah, saw some ideas. Hitchhiking is great. Okay, so the next question is: did you use the pictures to generate some ideas? How did that work for you? Yes. Okay. Yeah, they helped. Okay. You know, you forgot to look at them. You're going so fast. Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing that happens when all these ideas start moving so quickly. Lots of ideas begin to merge there. So let's see, Dr. Yates, over to you. We're going to just check in with you. How did we do? Approximately how many ideas? And this was in less than 3 minutes. Dr. Yates?
Roger, how many were you looking for?
David, I was looking for 25.
Add 215 to your 25 and you'll be more accurate.
235 ideas.
45.
45.
I can't add. See, I'm so at
Yeah.
245 ideas in about
Yeah.
3 minutes. Extraordinary, extraordinary. Okay, and that's what we mean by a warm-up. So Yahoo! I'm loving the chat over here. Thumbs up. That's what we mean by a warm-up. Okay, it's that kind of energy. So we're going to solve a real problem now, and we have a real live client here to help us with this. Okay, and this is our friend Dr. Teresa Richard Service. We've become good friends over the last few months. And her company is called I Need a Speaker. So, and we've had a conversation about this before. We're going to generate ideas for solving this creative question. All right. And so what Trisha's going to do is she's going to give us the data on this. Then what we're going to do is going to go back into chat and back into Mural and generate some ideas for her. So her creative question is, what might be all the ways to encourage event planners to schedule a call with her company? I Need a Speaker. Trisha, over to you. What's a brief history?
Thank you. Brief history is that I was in a position years ago when I could not find speakers at a certain price point, and I decided to build the company that I was looking to work with. So that's what happened. Launched in 2020, we now have a really good sized team, and we have built up our inventory of speakers and are now opening our doors even more widely to event planners. We cater to all different topics, all different languages. We currently have over 1,100 users in 23 countries, yet we have low brand awareness because we're waiting for our website to be updated and released, which is coming out in about 3 weeks with a brand new version with increased functionality. I also wanted to make sure we had that speaker inventory before we went too far down the road. So we are starting conference season in October. It's huge. And I will be speaking with probably 10,000 event planners over the course of the next few months. I'm crazy excited about it. And what I want to make sure we do is show off the speakers and the talent that are on that list, including several of the people who are on this call today. Hello to all my speakers. I'm so proud of you. I want to disrupt the industry by bringing this talent to the microphone. And I wanted to make sure that we made a great impression, not only on the company event planners and corporate and association representatives, but also to get them to make a phone call so we can tell them even more and get some more speakers booked.
Trisha, what have you already thought of or tried in dealing with this creative question?
We're doing a lot of social media for lead generation right now. And one thing that we're putting in our emails to event planners is they would receive a Dunkin' Donuts digital gift card if they schedule and participate in a call with us.
Good. And your ideal goal, what might be your ideal goal for this session? So in 10 minutes or so, what would you like to be walking away with as a result of our time together?
This is all about creativity. I'm looking for a list of unusual creative options that are actionable that our team can evaluate and implement later. So that might mean making an offer in person when we see them at conferences. It might mean that we have an offer that they can't refuse. So that's what we're looking at, is what would be enticing to an event planner. And I want to keep this in mind as we move forward. This activity is all about lead generation, right? So pretty much all of you might be able to use this question in the work that you do, whether it's a nonprofit, a college or university, or a corporate setting. This is all about lead generation and getting people's attention. So hopefully you'll benefit from the responses too.
Beautiful. Thanks, Trisha. Okay. So here's our guidelines: defer judgment, strive for quantity. We're going to go for 5 minutes. All right. Wild and unusual ideas. Use the pictures if you get stuck. Look at the ideas in the chat or in Mural and build on them. Combine and build on other ideas. Like what we did on the warm-up, open your chat window now. There's a different chat window. Dr. Yates has put that in there for this challenge, or in the Mural link. And we also have the chat. And so is everybody good to go? All right, here's the handoff. Over to you, Dr. Yates. Stop sharing. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. What might be other ways? Go ahead, write it and say it. Write it and say it just like we did the last time. It's going to get a little zany. That's okay, but we'll capture all these ideas for later. Go.
Offer 10% discount.
Play speaker faces and speech balloons to carry around.
Good.
Stage a PR stunt.
Get a small phone, put it down as your kind of thing at a conference so that you have little tiny phones to give back, and it has your name on it. I am a call. I am a speaker.
Good. Keep going. You're doing great. Look at the pictures if you slow down.
Pretend you're a radio DJ and call in and pretend that the event planner won a prize.
Love it. Love it.
Have each speaker record a 5-second quote and get them out on social and rotation.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Create a tribe for event planners.
Start a speaker series on either Instagram or YouTube.
Create videos of the speakers.
Utilize Google Business Profile.
Doing great, guys. Keep going.
Offer a puppy to the first event planner who books 10 authors.
Or an affiliate with another
Speed
speaker
exercise.
company.
Create backlinks from other speakers have hired in the past.
Catalog the speakers by discipline.
Pay them to come to a call.
LinkedIn advertising.
Hunt event planners on LinkedIn and spam them.
Hold a
Create a
coffee
group
hour. Hold a coffee hour.
Become an expert or author on LinkedIn on the topic.
Doing great, guys. Keep them coming.
Temporary tattoos of speakers' faces.
Looking great. Good. Look at the pictures. Look at the chat. Man, we're cooking. Look at the other ideas.
Create peer reviews for speakers.
Have an online cocktail hour.
Host a dinner and invite them to come.
Hold a meeting on how to get great speakers.
Have speakers deliver room service at the conference.
I love these.
Doing great, guys. Keep going.
Run a contest for free tickets to an amusement park.
Go to other events to see speakers.
Doing great.
Offer free digital product for every 3 shares.
Speakers can be on your voicemail.
Offer food
Leverage
delivery
speakers
for the
networks.
phone call.
Go to event planner events.
Create a deck of cards with each speakers on different cards.
Yeah, worked in Afghanistan.
Announce it
Anthony,
on
try the lunch after work.
Hold the Willy Wonka contest.
I love that.
ChatGPT to
Great,
get
guys.
new
Doing great.
ideas.
Have speakers valet the cars.
Have a bulletin board.
Run a raffle with all participants being part of the
Outbound CRM campaign.
Invent a Where's Waldo themed Where's the Speaker game.
Doing great, guys. Got about a minute left.
Send out winning letters saying you won a percentage off a speaker.
Donate speakers books for use at conferences.
A pizza with every speaker.
Partner with the local chamber of commerces.
Have some of the speakers with you at the conference to offer free samples of their speaking.
And videos of speakers, samples of videos of speakers' work.
Doing great, guys. Doing great.
Create a media kit.
Create a tiny speakers contest.
Have a speaker profile section on your website for each speaker.
Go to as many events as you can and seek out the event planner.
Offer
Create-
free boombox.
Member of Toastmaster.
Create YouTube channel for event planners.
Offer speaker bobbleheads.
Yeah, it's not going to work. I mean, seriously. I guess I've been very negative.
Doing great, guys. Keep going.
I'm very
Add the speaker video clips to the website.
Yeah, that's okay, but that's not going to get you a call.
Okay, guys, we're not judging anything, guys. We're not judging anything. Just get it out there. Great.
Okay, get to be part of the curriculum that certifies event planner.
Focus on a niche price point and specialize in speakers in that area.
Advertise with TED Talks.
And that's it. 5 minutes is up. Okay, we're going to
I
stop
think
it with
it's just
that.
something
All
I
right.
don't think it really works.
David, would you just go ahead and I'll share now? And David, we're going to let you take a few minutes to just count those ideas up. He's over there smiling. Thanks, Raj. Appreciate
What a
it.
talented group, Roger.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Okay, so fantastic. So let's just talk about this just a little bit, and we're gonna go to the chat here. So we're gonna ask you two questions. What differences did you notice your idea of production on Trisha's problem as compared to the work that you did on the boom boxes? What differences did you notice your ideas production on Trisha's problem as compared to the work that you did on the boom boxes? Go ahead. Talk to me about that in the chat. Put that in the chat, please. It got better. There was judgment on, there was more. Yes. Okay. Not as well as I'm crazy. Okay. I like to slow down a little bit. Judge my ideas. Responses were more serious. A little hitchhiking on the boom boxes. Okay. It was easier. Something you knew about. So I was praying for, I was a little bit prevented from being free about that. Okay. Different to think in a different way. Okay. All right, a little bit more difficult. Great points. Okay, so, and here's the point of the warm-up, folks. So here's the next question. What do you think would have happened if we had worked on Trisha's problem first instead of the boom boxes? What do you think would have happened if we had worked, a lot of negatives, crickets, less ideas, not much happening, editing and judgment, more difficult, censored, we'd been slower, bitter, you got it. Not as many, I'm loving this, loving this. Guys, this energy is fantastic. Okay, so that's the deal, guys. That's the thing about them. That's how important a warm-up activity is. All right. So let's check the quantity. Dr. Yates, this one went a whole 5 minutes. How many ideas over there between the chat and mural? For
about 260, Roger.
About 260. Okay, so we beat the last time. Good. So 260 ideas in 5 minutes. Well, you had a little bit more time this time. All right. So Trisha's you're going to get the bulleted list of all the ideas that are generated both in mural and in chat within the hour, okay? And as we mentioned earlier, this can be used as lead generation for anything. So if you want the access to this list, just email me. We'll get that to you as well. Trisha, we're going to keep mural up so you can review all the ideas later at your convenience. So now is the time to review it, to take a look at it, all right?
Thank
you.
So
here's a few pointers. So you'll have that by the end of probably within the hour. And then just folks email me at the end if you want a list of this for you as well. So here's a few pointers for doing warm-up activities and working on real challenges. Don't just brainstorm to brainstorm. Make sure you have a well-defined problem to solve. And we had 2 well-defined problems to solve them on that. And so we set it up. So we had 2 well-defined problems. One was on boom boxes and one was also on Trisha's problem. So make sure and phrase the problem like a creative question. Use these phrases: how to, how might, and what ways might, what might be all the, so what might be all the ways to use 10,000 boom boxes? How might I get more people to contact, I need a speaker. Here's some do's and don'ts of warm-ups. Do keep them short. No more than 5 minutes. Okay, just short, quick, 5 minutes. You're creating energy on there. Explain why we're doing this. So as you saw, I explained why we're doing this. Hey, here's why we're doing this, folks. And you can see the value of this when we worked on the real problem. Do use a timer or an alarm on your phone. People pay attention to that. They somehow listen to timers, instead of saying, okay, hey, we're done. The timers work, okay. Don't make the warm-up complicated or abstract. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I'll give you some examples in a second. Don't have a similar warm-up to the problem that you're working on. So if you're trying to come up with ideas for plumbing supplies, don't use improving a bathtub as a warm-up, okay? So boom boxes to vent plane, wow, okay? Don't use anything controversial, disturbing, okay? Don't use it. And don't judge the silly ideas that are generated. They create that energy for later, all right? Here are some warm-ups that we use. What might be all the ways to use improve a bathtub? That's a classic, okay? How to get a giraffe out of a refrigerator, another excellent one. What might be all the ways to use 10,000 bowling balls that are flat on one side, okay? How to get a raccoon out of a van, that's a real one, all right? What might be all the ways to use 10,000 tons of orange Jell-O? That was one of my dad's favorites. How to get a bear out of my living room? What might be all the ways to use 10,000 assorted guinea pig costumes? Watch for the next webinar. That one might come up, all right? What might be all the ways to use 10,000 boom boxes, and what might be all the ways to use 10,000 slightly used thermos bottles? Okay. All right. And so I'd like you to think about what we did for Trisha's problem today with a group that had about 5 minutes of training in the warm-up session, actually about 3. And so we did have some people in the webinar who are highly trained in creative problem solving. We had some creative catalysts in here, Mr. Donovan, Dr. Gatewood, Dr. Sheehan, Alicia Allegra, and some graduate students. But just imagine the problems that you could solve and the ideas that you could get if you had a group of highly trained catalysts working for you. And that's one of the things that we're working on right now. It's called the Breakthrough Lab. So I want to show you a 4-minute video, 4-minute and 3-second video about the Breakthrough Lab. It's one of the services that we have. I'm going to show you how to get your free book, and then we'll answer any questions that you have. So this is a little bit about the Breakthrough Lab. You experienced the Breakthrough Lab, a little bit of the Breakthrough Lab today, but this is what it looks like when we go out and work with other folks on it. So here we go. So what's a Breakthrough Lab, and how can it help you?
We were stuck. We needed to unstick ourselves, but no one but us could do the unsticking. We were looking at things in a very concrete, let's solve it the way we've ever solved it, but guess what? That solution has never actually worked. And when we heard about you and the kind of work that you do, we finally committed to, we had to spend the time and energy to do this.
I'm Roger Firestien. My clients' fastest, highest quality results come from the Breakthrough Lab. Think instant innovation. A Breakthrough Lab is specifically designed for developing ideas for new products or solving tough strategic business problems. So what happens? My creative catalyst crew and I partner with your team to find the real problems facing your organization and then generate hundreds of ideas for solving those problems. First, I'll meet with you to identify what you want to create, invent, solve, or improve. We'll create a data brief.
Maybe no one understands the problem quite like you do, but I guarantee you that you are going to misdiagnose things because it's just too personal. You need to bring someone in from the outside who has a proven track record of solving these kinds of problems and then put in front of you a process, a proven method that will walk you through so that you actually are the one coming up with the solutions. You're developing the answers, but you're doing it in an environment that actually guarantees that you are solving the right problem, not just a symptom, and generating really valuable ideas that you will actually implement.
Lab 1 is clarifying the problem. The key to innovation is solving the right problem. I will facilitate a session with your key staff members and 5 to 7 creative catalysts to generate creative questions based on the data brief, so that in the next lab, the ideas that are generated will be on target and produce significant results. After the Clarify the Problem lab, we huddle and identify the key creative questions that you want ideas for. Lab 2, Generating Ideas, focuses on generating hundreds of ideas for solving the real problems identified in the first Breakthrough Lab. Key ideas will be selected to move forward to implementation.
The ideas were just flowing in me. So they, by bringing out their ideas to me and their suggestions, it just opened up my mind again to all the possibilities.
We will do a post-lab action session to determine the best ideas to move forward to development. The results. Breakthrough labs yield many incremental and disruptive ideas for new products, services, or innovative ways to solve challenges. All of your work from the lab will be transcribed and delivered to your inbox. What's special about this Breakthrough Lab? I've been in the creativity and innovation field for over 45 years, and I have access to an amazing network of creative catalysts. Creative catalysts are individuals highly experienced in creative problem solving and successful in their professional fields of business, education, medicine, agriculture, arts, or government. The Catalyst team provides the fresh perspectives and new insights that often lead to major breakthroughs. Catalysts are a critical and defining piece of this process. You're here because your team has exhausted the usual ways to solve the problem, and you need a new approach. Using the creative problem-solving process with the creative catalysts makes this breakthrough lab the only creative service like it in the world. Breakthrough labs can be conducted virtually or in person. Virtual breakthrough labs will draw on a creative catalyst team from around the world. In-person breakthrough labs are conducted on the historic Roycroft campus near Buffalo, New York. All right, so folks, what we essentially experienced, thank you, Robert. What we essentially experienced was just a mini breakthrough lab. I'd met with Tricia before. We identified the creative questions she wanted to work on, and then we unleashed this wonderful group of people to generate ideas for solving it. So, and she has about 245 ideas to take with you that we'll distribute out to you if you like. A little bit about what's coming up. You're going to be getting a free copy of Why Didn't I Think of That? That we'll show you how to do that at the end. A lot of the stuff that you experienced today is in my book Create in a Flash, which came out just a couple of years ago. Thank you for the thumbs up on that. Well, so it's half pictures. Thank you all for the thumbs up. And so it shows you how to do warm-ups. It also takes you through the whole creative problem-solving process. My last book, Solve the Real Problem, we released less than a year ago, and we're about to turn that into an audio book. So it will be coming out in Audible in the next couple of months. So we'll let you know about that. The video that you watched is for the 9-part series on innovation on the Open Sesame e-learning platform. So if you want to use that in your organizations, that's available to you. Just hop on over to my website. You can watch some of the trailers on that. And there's tons of information on my website, lots of videos, lots of free materials. Just go on over, take a look. There's an entire online free course on how to do this that we excerpted some of them from. And now, here's how to get your free copy of Why Didn't I Think of That? Dr. Yates will put this in the chat. There it is. It's in the chat. That's the link to follow to get the free book. If you want to use a QR code, just go ahead and take a picture of the QR code. And that's it. And so thank you all for being here. Thank you for spending the time. I'll hang around for a few minutes. I'll leave this up. Just a heads up, we're looking to do another webinar with our friend Tricia in November, and it'll be focused on a real issue once again. Thank you for all your participation. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for making my day great, and I hope you had a wonderful day too. So I'll be around if you have questions. If not, please grab your book and have a fantastic rest of the day. Thank you for all these great comments in the chat. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was fantastic. Thank you, really.
Thank you from
Thank
Turkey.
you to all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Roger.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roger.
Thank you, Roger.
Thanks for being here, Roger.
Thank you, Dick. Thanks.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. This was fun.
Thanks very much. We had it was wonderful. Yeah. Love your smiles. Yeah. Hi, Bill Wright. That's you. Hi, buddy. There you are.
Hi, man.
How are you? How are things?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roger.
Thank you. And Lord Jonathan Vihar, thank you.
Inspiring, Roger.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, all right.
Hi, Roger.